Alright, I got a never used battle here against Mr. Green, or something with green in it from Smogon. He leads with the jump bluff, I lead with the Kangaskhan, I go for the fake out, he sleep powders, I wake up with Lumberry, I see how much fake out did, and I realize that return isn't going to kill it, but I'd still like to, get as much damage on that as possible. So, I have to switch out to Skunk Tank as he goes for, I think he went for Sleep Powder and missed the first time. Then he Sleep Powder, or synthesises while I pay back, and then he Sleep Powders, but my Skunk Tank happens to be a Rest Sleep Talker, so luckily I get the payback, and that pretty much negates his synthesis. So I've seen two of his moves. I'm thinking right now the last two are Leech Seed and Substitute. So I bring in Nidoqueen, who doesn't really care about either of those, just to get Stealth Rock up, and he Encores me, which means I have to switch out, which really sucks because I was carrying Ice Punch and could have killed that thing. But yeah, I just go back out to Skunk Tank, and he sends in Probopass. I bring Nidoqueen in again. Here I Earthquake because I thought the Ice Punch would be way too obvious. I actually expected him to stay in and Earth Power me, predicting that, but instead I get screwed and he goes to Jump Bluff and he brings in this pain in the ass, which I'm looking through my team and I realize right now I have no normal resists, so seeing how much damage a Choice Banded Return did to a max HP, max defense Gastrodon, I am kind of screwed by this thing. If I'm going to have any chance of winning, I have to really try to play around it. I go straight for the Earthquake here with Kangaskhan because I really underestimated the amount of damage Return would do. I expected him to switch back out to Probopass to take the fake out. Instead, he kills me, but not before I get up a Sucker Punch. And I bring in Nidoqueen to finish it off. I predicted the switch to Jump Bluff. This time, I went for the Ice Punch, and that thing is dead. So, one of the major annoyances I was going to be facing is gone. He brings out an Espeon, which I go to Skunk Tank to take the what I thought would be a Psychic, ends up being a Shadow Ball. Really doesn't matter because this thing is a special wall on my team. And I wake up, I use Sleep Talk, it fails. Would have been nice to get a little bit of Stealth Rock or Stealth Rock damage because of Roar or payback damage on that, but it doesn't matter too much because I have this guy who has thick fat, and I figure his Magmortar is either Specs or Scarf, so I sub up on the switch to Quagsire, and then I have a total brain fart, and I figure he can't really hurt me, so I'm fine setting up with Calm Mind, which he Encores me. I really didn't even know that thing learned Encore, so yeah. I'm going to stay in and make him break my sub because there's no point in wasting it. Then I have to switch out to Articuno, and I just have to hope he stays in. That thing can probably stall out a fair amount of my pokes, and if I don't get poison on it right here, which thankfully I do, that would have been a huge pain in the ass. But I Toxic him, he Toxics me, and so I just go for the Roost right here because I figure he's going to Encore, and that is actually what he does. So I'm stuck into Roost, but thankfully this means that I can survive the Stealth Rock damage, and he is poisoned. That is a major help to me, so I go back out to Skunk Tank because I know I can survive another Waterfall, and I'm figuring if he's got Waterfall, he doesn't have Earthquake because water and ground is a horrible type combination, so I think I'm safe here just resting up to get all my health back. And yeah, he just goes for the Waterfall again, which isn't going to do very much. I go for the Sleep Talk here? I think I do. He switches out Probopass. I go for the Sleep Talk, I get a Rest. I was hoping I would get a Roar right there, but I don't, so I'm not sure what he's going to do, but I've seen all of his team, I think. I know he doesn't have a Poison type, so I figure this is as good a time as any to get Toxic Spikes set up. I was kind of expecting him to have Earth Power, which I know I can take it, but all he does is just stays in here and Power Gems. No Earth Power, no Explosions, so that leaves me free to Earthquake his Probopass, and I'm just going to Earthquake it again because he doesn't have any other ground resists on his team, so I might as well get rid of that when I can. It's 2 things down, and everything else I've seen is going to get hurt by poison, either from Toxic Spikes or because Quagsire is already poisoned, so I just have to hope that my team can last longer than his. I go to Skunk Tank to take the Waterfall, and I knew he would Encore right there, so I didn't want to Sleep Talk. I just picked Rest, I think, or, well, actually it doesn't even matter which move I picked because I was asleep. I thought the Payback would do more than that. Otherwise, I probably would have roared right here to hopefully bring Tauros out and get some Stealth Rock and some poison damage on it, but because Tauros is still scaring me at this point, I know one hit will kill one thing on my team without question, so I've got to keep at least one Pokemon alive. I need Skunk Tank for Espeon, and I need Grumpig for Magmortar, who comes out now, so as long as I don't get burned or critted or something of that nature, I should be able to win this battle and hopefully make Magmortar go away. He's not choiced because he goes for Thunderbolt, but I use Calm Mind in case he brought out Espeon or something to hopefully allow me to survive the Shadow Ball, but he's just gonna stay in and let it die. So I finished it off with a Signal Beam again just because Espeon might have come out, but it didn't, and now it does. So I'm just gonna go to Skunk Tank to Wallet, and after that, all he's got left is Quagsire, which can't really touch anything on my team, and Tauros, who will get 1 kill, but after that, who will die from poison. So I'm going to leave you with some music as this battle wraps up. So yeah, here comes the Quagsire, and he decides to just run because he can't hurt me and his things are just going to die. So that was a good game. It's nice to play NU again. It's nice that Nidoqueen was finally allowed back in the tier. Rate, comment, sub. I should have another one of these up within a few days. Thanks for watching. Bye.